This beach is literally impossible to find. Every person that we've passed so far looks like they're lost as well and can't find it.
We're Lloyd and Mandy. We're digital nomads currently traveling the world in search of somewhere we can call our forever home. We've been living in Playa del Carmen for the past 2 months now and have been trying to explore as much of the area as possible before we head off to see more of Mexico.
Well, it's another perfect day here in Playa del Carmen. You know, it's supposed to be wet season, but we've had so many sunny days since we've been here. There was a Hurricane Ian, that was over the Gulf of Mexico the last few days. It must have just missed us because we got a little bit of rain, but not that much. Today, we're going to head down to another beach called Playacar. It's about a 20-minute bike ride from the other end of Playa del Carmen where we're staying. It's apparently one of the nicest beaches here in Playa del Carmen, and I have heard that there's no seaweed or sargassum, which is a bit of a problem here in Playa del Carmen in the summer months especially. It's gotten worse and worse. So we're going to check it out and see what it's like down there today. We're going to take you guys with us. We've got a few pit stops to make on the way. So first impressions of Playacar, I guess it's like a gated community. There's hotels, but there's a lot of houses and condos, and they're really nice. I think this is a more affluent part of the town, definitely. It feels almost like suburbia. Like, just doesn't quite feel like we're in Mexico anymore, really. Interested to see what the beach looks like. Well, we had no idea this was here. It feels like the Beverly Hills of Playa del Carmen. Some of these resorts, man. They're hectic.
It sort of feels like we've stumbled upon like the Hollywood or Beverly Hills of Mexico.
That's what I said.
Really? Maybe I heard you and I just didn't, and I just took it as my own idea. All right, we just rode all the way to where the map said to go to the beach, and it was private. So now we gotta ride pretty much halfway back to where we think it might be. Not very much luck at the moment. All right, we've been yelled at a bit today. Going the wrong way. We rode like probably 2 Ks further than we needed to, and tried to go into 2 different beaches and got yelled at, and there's a deer right there. Oh my god, I didn't even know there was deer here.
Deer everywhere, eh?
Look at it, it's beautiful. Hi. This is so cool. Okay, well that was the coolest thing that's ever happened. I can't believe there's deer in here, and it wasn't even scared of us. That's so cool. This beach is literally impossible to find. Every person that we've passed so far looks like they're lost as well and can't find it. And the signs really aren't clear cut, so we don't feel so bad because there's other people trying to find it at the moment too.
There's a bunch of Mayan ruins just here as well that we walk past. Oh, here we go.
We can see the water, but we can't get to it.
Wow.
Beach we've been to so far on the mainland. Isla Mujeres is pretty hard to beat, but look at it.
Alright, we just want to take a second to introduce today's video sponsor, which is Paysend. I think you guys really like Paysend. Actually, I know you do because a lot of you click on the links, which is great for us because we love having video sponsors that help you guys out, which also helps us out. That's sort of the whole point of it. If you haven't heard of Paysend, they're a money transfer app that lets you send money to friends and family all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, using your tablet or smartphone or even your laptop. They transfer your money using local currency or other supported currency at the middle rate with no hidden fees or additional charges. So all you need to know if you want to send money to somebody is their name and their credit card details or their bank details. And it only takes a few minutes to sign up through the website or the mobile app. You just add your card as funding and send money around the world in a flash. So if you're like us and you run an online business, or even if you're just somebody traveling and you need to send money to people at home, this is something that comes up all the time for us. We have our dog Bear at home and we send money to my sister who's looking after him for vet bills and things like that. And this is just a way easier way to do it than using traditional bank transfer methods. Because Paysend is a regulated financial institution, they make sure all of your data and personal information is as secure as possible. They even have a dedicated security team which works really hard to keep all of their transactions completely safe. If you are interested in using Paysend, just click the link down below and don't forget to use code Lloyd Mandy, because for your first 3 transactions you won't be charged any fees at all. So that's your first 3 transactions fee free. All right, that's enough about that. We're gonna go find somewhere cool to get a drink because it is hot out here. Middle of the day is always when we seem to be out and about, which is sometimes a mistake because we end up just sweating in the midday sun. But yeah, we're gonna go find somewhere to have a cool drink, maybe something to eat, and we'll take you guys with us.
too much riding today.
We've ridden so far, it must have been 10 k's.
Cooking Lloyd dinner tonight, and then we're gonna go out for a drink and watch the football, which we've been doing a lot of since we've been in Mexico. I don't think you guys understand how much I miss cooking. Lloyd and I literally used to cook at home every night, and then when we left for Bali, we stopped because obviously we didn't have a kitchen and we were living in guest houses, and it was cheaper to eat out actually. But really enjoying cooking again. The only thing that I'm struggling with cooking in here is the limited dishes that we have. Kind of have to make do. We don't have like a bowl really for me to put salad in, so I'm gonna have to get creative. I'm making dinner but also doing the dishes, and the hot water hasn't been working in the apartment that we've rented, so you have to boil the water before you can do the dishes. So things have been piling up a lot because we're, well, a bit lazy, but not. You have to boil the water in order to get them clean from breakfast. We've asked for him to fix it for when we come back here, but we'll see if that happens. I moved out of the house at 16, and so I'm very much used to going without a lot of things and just making shit work. Lloyd and I actually did van life together in like one of the earlier years of us dating, and we got through with like 2 bowls, one of these knives, and we used a lid for a Tupperware as our chopping board, and that worked for an embarrassingly amount of time. Taste a 10, presentation a 2. Shut up.
Alright, so I think we're going to finish the day off with finding somewhere to watch some football and have a couple of drinks. I think the best part about living in Playa del Carmen, Jesus. The best part about living here is probably that if you're staying anywhere downtown, you can walk pretty much anywhere, and there's so many different places to go to. Like, we've only been to a few bars and restaurants here, but there's so many options. So we're going to try and find somewhere now.
So in Australia, cars have the right of way.
I was just going to say this.
We were both thinking it. But in Mexico, and I think most of North America, people have the right of way. So we keep finding that we're going to stand next to a road and waiting for the car to go past for us to cross, and they always like urgently stop, thinking that we're going to walk in front of them. Or if you're comfortable waiting, they'll still stop even if they were like ages away. And it's kind of like, just go, but it's our fault.
It's probably safe. It's probably a good thing, but it can be really annoying because I'm just used to figuring it out. Like, I'll go as soon as the car drives past me, and like I'm timing it, so I'm going to go behind the car, and then they slam their brakes on, and I feel bad.
La vi en el altar, una bella azul y
Alright, we found a pretty good spot to watch football. They had live music as well, but it's kind of awkward, hey?
A little bit. Watching the football with our backs turned to the live music, I felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah, felt a little bit bad. The waiter there was like rowing with me because I was watching football. I think he thought I was an American, like really rooting for the team, but really I'm just there to watch whatever game's on.
And whatever one you bet on.
Yeah, whatever game. I think it's a little bit strange for some people that an Australian really likes American football, but it's something I've really been into the last few years. I think from spending time in the US and Canada, I grew up watching Australian rules football, but when you travel and you leave, you sort of lose interest, and there's just something about NFL football that it's really exciting. There's so much on the line every game. There's so much money on the line, and they only play 17 games a year. I love the home team aspect as well, which we don't really have in Australian football. We mentioned in another video that we're heading to New York in a few weeks, and we just bought tickets to go to our first NFL game, which should be pretty good.
Very, very excited.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the whole tailgating and everything before it. Very exciting.
Yeah, but it's going to be freezing cold when we get there, which we've been in summer weather, like hot weather for the last 10 months. So we're going to have to buy some jackets and long pants, I think.
For sure.
I don't know how we're going to fit everything in our luggage.